full moon is the end of the cycle. It's a closure. It's a culmination, equal to the number 9 in numerology, where the new moon would be the number 1. Number 9 is the closure. It's the culmination. When we have that culmination, we're ready to release because it's done. We've completed something. It's on June 24th. It's a Thursday. When we have a full moon, it's an intensification of emotions because it's the sun at one end and the moon at the opposite end. So let's take a look at it astrologically. There we go. It's the sun at one end and the moon at the opposite end. And the moon is reflecting the sun's light, the sun's power. And the sun, they basically feed each other. They send beams of energy to each other. It's called an opposition. So when the sun and the moon are at the opposite ends of each other, they're opposing each other. That's your opposition. So let's dive deep here and take a peek. What do we got? We got the moon in Capricorn at 3 degrees and 27 minutes. Over here, we've got the sun in Cancer, 3 degrees, 27 minutes. So yes, we are having a full moon in Capricorn. How do we know that? Because the moon is in Capricorn. You see that little symbol right there? It's the same symbol that's up here. That's Capricorn energy. And there are times where you will see a different symbol for the sign of Capricorn. And some of the signs are like that. So it just takes, it's confusing because only some of the signs have dual symbols, dual glyphs. Not all of them do, but once you start hanging out and you have more than just your toes dangling in the astrological waters, you get up to your knees, all right, or up to your waist even, you'll start to see, oh, like this is the sign of Pluto, but I've seen a glyph for the sign of Pluto a different way on another website or somewhere else. And that's going to be typical. The sign of Pluto and Capricorn. I can't think of any of the other ones right at this moment where they're different. But just know that there are some that are different. So tell me how you guys like this, the addition of the screen, of the me screen on top of this. If it's distracting, if you don't like it, let me know. I like to hear the feedback from those who have been here all along with me. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This means nothing without somebody to listen to it and to give me feedback, but to have a rapport and have engagement with it, to know that we're all one, that we are all in this together. Let's dive into this. Full moon, culmination, a time of releasing. How do we know we're releasing? We know because we check out where the moon is. We know because we look at where's the sun at. The interesting thing about this full moon, it's almost like a double full moon because you have the moon in Capricorn and you have the sun in the sign of Cancer. Now, do you know what planet rules the sign of Cancer? If you don't know, stay tuned. I can hear it. I can hear it. Go ahead. Let me hear from you. Right. The sun and the moon are considered luminaries, but the moon rules the sign of Cancer. Cancer is feelings and emotions. It's family. It's the mother energy. It's nurturing. So when the sun is in the sign of Cancer, that's amplified. We're thinking of family. We're thinking of we're thinking of nurturing. We're thinking of mom. Mom is on our mind. Mom may be in our life more often or more emphasized at this time, like a light is on mom, a focus is on mom. And that's what the sun does. It's a focus on mom. You might hear from mom, right? Because the sun is all about how it can express. So having the sun in Cancer, mom issues, the mother wound, right? That healing thing, that thing of nurturing and loving, acceptance, right? The acceptance factor. A lot of people never had a mom. A lot of people grew up with a mom that didn't feel like a mom to them. That is something we're working through and hopefully releasing a past wound, because the sign of Cancer emphasizes not just mom, not just family, not just mother and females in general and nurturing, but the sign of Cancer also represents the public's emotions, the public's feelings. So every sign, we kind of look at the micro meaning and the macro meaning. They have both, okay? Because astrology is vast. It's the science of wholes, WHOLENESS, the science of wholeness. Family and nurturing, who's your family, what pops into your mind, but then think of what's your bigger family. Who's your bigger family? On a grand scale, humanity is your family. Let's not forget the full moon and the moon in general can also represent your family lineage, like the heritage, your ancestry, ancestry.com and all that, your family tree, your family tribe, people that you connect with in your life that feel like your family. This is that. It is also past life feelings, past life family, past life emotions, feelings and emotions about your security that you've carried over, but also about your foundational feelings and emotions from your childhood in this life as well. It begins when you're in mama's belly, right? And you're feeling and you're hearing and you're receiving whoever she's around, whatever music she's listening to, whatever food she's eating, right? It begins then. Look at your chart. If you don't have your chart, why don't you have your chart? For free, an accurate chart. It is our passion here to make sure that you have that. You should be able to watch this video and to see all this, to see me, for us to understand each other, and to have your own chart in your hand and be like, wait a minute, wait, I think this is really a big deal. I've got something near these points. Get your birth digits to me so I can get your chart to you. 3 degrees of Capricorn and 3 degrees of Cancer. Do you have another planet or anything within the 2 degrees of either one of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 degrees of Capricorn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 degrees of Cancer energy. Okay, so if you do, what does that mean? What does it mean? And is it just about the planets that are going to be close? The answer is no. There's more. All right. With your material structure in your life, financial securities possibly. So let's find out what else we can look at. All right, so Capricorn energy, 3 degrees. Capricorn by nature is the long-standing material physical structures of your life. We've been talking about Capricorn energy a lot since 2019 because there was this huge eclipse at the beginning of 2020. And we had talked about it in a way where things are going to change and it's going to be our material, physical, tangible world, but the structures within that world of our society. So this is banking, this is your religions, this is big business, right? Anything that you consider like the authority figure in your life. So we've been seeing sweeping changes or hope to have sweeping changes within law enforcement. Any big, long-standing structure within a society is being affected. So we're now releasing something. So here's the thing. We understand the what and possibly how we're going to be feeling. It might be something with family, right? Because we've got the moon involved. It could be mom being released. Some folks, yes, especially during the pandemic, a lot of folks actually literally released their mothers. Having that mother figure, having something around that represents the mom energy, the nurturing, like what in your life is physical and tangible? Because that's Capricorn. What in your life has been around for a long period of time that's a material object or a structure, right? And so parents in general, Capricorn energy typically would represent the father figure in your life, okay? So you could have some masculine energy, doesn't have to be a man, but masculine energy as well, where there's a release of some sort. And if it was someone who played a father role, then that was an emotional structure in your life. And the moon at 327, sun at 327. Where is this happening? That's another piece of information that we can glean. Do you know what house number it's in? So for an example, in this chart, this moon is at 327 in the 8th house. And in the 8th house, our values, okay? It's the house of other people's money, deep psychological emotions, because it's the house of deep bonding. Some say it's the house of sex, physical, tangible, right? But it doesn't have to always be that. Think about this. If this was someone's chart and they've got material things in their 8th house, whoa, this could easily be inheritances, because that's what the 8th house is. It's our values, but values from those we are deeply related to, meaning if it's material and it's from deep bonds, these are blood bonds as well. An emotional release attached to material things. And so this could be jobs and work, because Capricorn does represent your goals, your professional goals and ambition, but your job, the JOB. mom, family, moon, right? Lineage, heritage. So this is a big highlight at this time. But here's the other thing, it's home. It's your foundational home. That's what the moon also represents, your physical home. And it certainly would mean physical home, right? Because when you look at the sign of Capricorn, the word physical should pop in your mind. Physical, tangible, material, something you can hold in your hand, right? Tangible securities. The opposites. Cancer energy down here is emotions. It's my feelings. It's my foundation, my emotional foundations, okay? Up here, Capricorn, it's our goals, it's our ambitions. This is where we began and then we worked our way up into a goal. So emotions and feeling, emotional security, emotional satisfaction. And then this would be tangible security, emotional security, tangible security. Home, family, work, family. You got it? Cancer energy is home, it's mom, it's family, it's emotions. Capricorn energy is my goals, my ambitions. All right. This is my profession. This is my job. This is what I do, my strivings, my assertions that make money, that secure me in a tangible way. Okay. Maybe you're in a job that you've been tired of and that you know is not for you, that's just been wearing you out and you need to find something new. Maybe it's a new beginning, but first, many times before we can take that next step and have that new beginning, we have to release, right? We have to release some sort of a goal that is no longer serving us. And that is that Capricorn energy. And it also may be structures, certain structures that are within your family, material things, material structures within a family. Material structures, how many of you guys may have things in your house that you've inherited and it might not even be like the actual home. I have a friend who's got lots of furniture in her house, who's got things from childhood, and I'm talking 60 years ago, and resonates deeply to what this can be for a lot of people. There might just be things where you're like, I've had that forever, and like, I don't have anybody to give it to. It was more of like a security blanket because that's what that is. This is a material thing that gives you emotional security. And so maybe you can pay it forward to somebody else who needs it. Get more details for yourself. Find out. Get your chart. Comment below.